What if I told you that during the Cold War, the CIA spent millions of dollars trying to train psychic spies? Not science fiction. Not a conspiracy theory, this actually happened. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Project Stargate, one of the most bizarre and classified programs in American intelligence history. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what the government discovered when they tried to weaponize the human mind. Let's get into it. It's the early 1970s. The Cold War is at its peak, and the United States is terrified, not just of nuclear weapons, but of falling behind the Soviets in any area of warfare. And then, intelligence reports start flooding in. The KGB is pouring resources into parapsychology research. They're training operatives in remote viewing, telepathy, and psychokinesis. The implications are staggering. What if Soviet agents could spy on American military bases without ever leaving Moscow? What if they could read the minds of CIA operatives? The US intelligence community faces a dilemma. They don't necessarily believe in psychic abilities, but they can't afford to ignore the possibility. If the Soviets develop a psychic edge and America does nothing, the consequences could be catastrophic. So in 1972, the CIA, along with the Defense Intelligence Agency, launches a highly classified research program. Initially called Project Stargate, it would eventually evolve into what we know as Project Stargate. The mission is simple but extraordinary. Determine if extrasensory perception is real, and if so, can it be weaponized for intelligence gathering. They recruit physicists, psychologists, and self-proclaimed psychics, the Stanford Research Institute becomes ground zero for some of the most unusual experiments ever conducted with government funding. So, what exactly is remote viewing? Imagine sitting in a windowless room in California and somehow describing in detail what's happening inside a secret Soviet military facility thousands of miles away. That's the promise. Remote viewers claimed they could project their consciousness across space and time to gather intelligence on targets they'd never physically seen. The protocol was surprisingly scientific for such a paranormal concept. A viewer would be given only coordinates or a sealed envelope with a target location. He'd enter a meditative state and sketch or describe whatever images came to mind. Meanwhile, monitors would record everything, looking for matches between the viewer's descriptions and the actual target. The program's most famous remote viewer was a man named Joseph McManigal. He claimed to have successfully viewed Soviet submarine construction facilities and located a downed Soviet bomber in Africa, according to declassified documents. McManigal once described a large Soviet building in incredible detail, including a massive crane, all while sitting in a lab in California. When satellite imagery was later obtained, his description was reportedly accurate. But here's where it gets really interesting. The military didn't just want to spy on current events. They wanted to predict the future and even view the past. Some sessions allegedly involved attempting to remote view historical events or predict where hostages might be moved before it happened. For over 2 decades, Project Stargate ran through various incarnations and code names. Skanat, Gondola Wish, Center Lane, Sunstreak. The program employed about 15 to 20 remote viewers and cost American taxpayers approximately $20 million. The experiments were wild. In one famous test, a remote viewer named Pat Price claimed to have psychically infiltrated a suspected Soviet research facility. He described underground levels, equipment, and even provided details about the activities happening inside. The CIA was reportedly shocked by the accuracy of some details that were later confirmed through other intelligence methods. Viewers claimed successes in locating hostages, finding lost aircraft, and describing enemy facilities. One of the most publicized cases involved finding a downed Soviet Tu-95 bomber in Zaire in 1979. According to the official account, a remote viewer provided information that helped locate the crash site, though skeptics argue conventional intelligence likely played a larger role. But for every supposed hit, there were countless misses. Sessions would produce vague symbolic imagery that could be interpreted multiple ways. A viewer might describe water and metal structures which could match a naval base, a bridge, a water treatment plant, or dozens of other targets. The accuracy rate was hotly debated, even among program participants. The scientific community remained largely skeptical. Critics pointed out that the successes could be explained by coincidence, general knowledge, or the tendency to remember hits while forgetting the far more numerous misses. This is called confirmation bias, and it's a powerful force in evaluating paranormal claims. So what happened to Project Stargate? In 1995, the CIA finally pulled the plug. They commissioned an independent review by the American Institutes for Research, which concluded that remote viewing had never provided actionable intelligence that couldn't be obtained through conventional means. The program was officially terminated, its secrets declassified, and its remote viewers sent home. But here, the thing that keeps this story alive. Some of those involved still maintain that it worked. Joseph McMoneagle continues to claim the program had genuine successes that remain classified. Former participants have written books, given lectures, and trained civilians in remote viewing techniques. Was Project Stargate a serious exploration of human consciousness, or a $20 million wild goose chase fueled by Cold War paranoia? The truth probably lies somewhere in between. What we do know is that for 24 years, the most powerful intelligence agencies in the world genuinely tried to turn psychic phenomena into a weapon. And that alone tells you how desperate and how strange the Cold War really was. What do you think? Could remote viewing be real, or was this just government waste? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Cold War weirdness, make sure to subscribe because we've got plenty more strange history coming your way. I'll see you in the next one.